Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another Weird Wednesday video. Today, I'm gonna be judging 2019 horror movies upcoming without really knowing anything about them. Really quick though, before I get into anything else, I want to say thank you to my creepy patron peeps for your support of my channel. Thank you guys so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. Okay, so every year at the beginning of the year, all of us horror tubers, myself included, always do some sort of like upcoming horror movies reaction sort of thing. So obviously I was gonna do that again this year, and I looked up the list of 2019 horror movies and I was kind of just like daunted at how many there were. Obviously there's probably gonna be even more than I'm listing here, but I found a list on IMDb. I thought I would just like kind of judge the list, you know what I mean? That'll be fun, right? I don't know who made this list, but it's IMDb. I mean, IMDb is always accurate, right? Totally. Like yesterday's video, this is probably gonna be a long one, so just get cozy, get something to eat, get a snack, get something to drink, and just get comfy. First on the list, this is not in release date order, but for those that have a release date, I will let you know what on IMDb it says it's supposed to be. So first on this list is It Chapter 2, of course, which is probably the really big anticipated movie of 2019, which is going to take place 27 years after Chapter 1. On IMDb, the summary reads, 27 years later, the Losers Club have grown up and moved away until a devastating phone call brings them back. That is supposed to get to us on September 6th. So next on this list is Us, again, probably one of the top most anticipated movies of 2019, which is Jordan Peele's new horror movie. According to IMDb, you will follow a mother and father who take their kids to their beach house expecting to enjoy time with friends, but their serenity turns to tension and chaos when some visitors arrive uninvited. I know the poster is intriguing. I haven't watched the trailer yet, but I mean, Get Out was amazing, so I think we're all pretty much very excited for Us, and that's supposed to come to us March 14th. Next is Pet Sematary, which the summary reads very much like the original movie, which I just watched for the first time like a month ago. Louis Creed, his wife Rachel, and their two children, Gage and Ellie, move to a rural home where they are welcomed and enlightened about the eerie pet cemetery located near their home. After the tragedy of their cat being killed by a truck, Louis resorts to burying it in the mysterious pet cemetery, which is definitely not as it seems, as it proves to the Creeds that sometimes dead is better. Looks creepy. I love the way they're making Church look in the little like promotional images for this. Like, he looks very Night of the Living Dead and very creepy. Cemetery is supposed to come to us April 5th, so we don't have to wait too long for, I don't know, some of the ones I'm really excited about, we don't have to wait too long for them, and I'm stoked about that. Next on this list is Child's Play, which I guess I'm kind of confused as to what it's supposed to be, like a remake, but maybe not 100% a remake. I don't know. The summary on IMDb reads very much like the first one. A mother gives her son a toy doll for his birthday, unaware of its more sinister nature. I mean, I'm excited just because Aubrey Plaza is in it and I love her. It comes out June 21st, so almost my birthday. I always look to see what movies are coming out like around my birthday. Next on the list is one I have seen the trailer for because it was in front of whatever the last horror movie I went to go see in theaters was. Happy Death Day to You, which the summary on IMDb just simply reads, sequel to the 2017 film Happy Death Day. This one, I did see the trailer and it looks like, for whatever reason, hopefully we'll find out that Tree just starts repeating the same day again. Not the day that she's in, literally the same day from the first movie. So I'm gonna be definitely paying attention to how they kind of explain that one away. That one we don't have to wait very long for. It comes out on Valentine's Day, February 14th. Then next, the other one that comes out near my birthday on June 21st is Grudge. It's supposed to come out near my birthday, we'll see. And it looks like a remake. The summary reads, a house is cursed by a vengeful ghost that dooms those who enter it with a violent death. which sounds exactly like The Grudge. One I'm kind of apprehensive about because I love The Grudge, and I even love the remake of The Grudge with Sarah Michelle Gellar. Terrified me. I've talked about that scene many times. That is the scene for me, the one that terrified me the most. The bed scene, you guys know what I'm talking about. So I'm apprehensive about this. I've not heard anything yet until I saw this list, so I don't know. Next thing on this IMDb list is The Curse of La Llorona. Always, like, every time I've said that title, I say it like that. The Curse of La Llorona. I don't know why. It's supposed to come out on April 19th. And the summary reads as such. Ignoring the eerie warning of a troubled mother suspected of child endangerment, a social worker and her own small kids are soon drawn into a frightening supernatural realm. I don't know if this is meant to be a foreign one, like the actual movie. I know that legend is foreign. I hope it is. I think that'd be cool. I don't know. I want to see more foreign films in 2019. Like, I feel like the amount of... I did watch a lot of foreign movies, but I don't know. It just seemed like not enough to me. Next on this list is The New Mutants, which is supposed to follow 5 young mutants just discovering their abilities while held in a secret facility against their will, fighting to escape their past sins and save themselves. This one, I feel like we heard about it, we got trailers, and everyone was like talking about like, this looks like a straight up horror movie, and it did, and I saw the trailer and I was excited. But then like I heard like stuff about it getting rewrites and stuff. I don't know, on IMDb it says it's supposed to come out on August 2nd. I hope whatever they changed, I hope it still looks, I hope it still turns out like as horror-esque as the trailers made it look, because the trailer made it look awesome. Next on this list is Polaroid, which will supposedly follow, I say supposedly, like none of them are coming out, I don't know. It's gonna be following high school loner Bird Fitcher, who has no idea what dark secrets are tied to the mysterious Polaroid vintage camera she stumbles upon, but it doesn't take long to discover that those who have their picture taken meet a tragic end. Kind of reminds me of Final Destination 3. It sounds kind of cool. That one is just says 2019. It doesn't actually have a month or day yet, so we'll see. And one that you guys are gonna see a review from me on Monday, Escape Room. It follows 6 strangers who find themselves in circumstances beyond their control and must use their wits to survive. We'll see. I'm not really expecting much. It just kind of looks like Slender Man, like just movie studios trying to be topical, and they're like, what's popular right now? Escape rooms. I actually love escape rooms. Me and I have there's 4 of us that we've kind of unofficially formed a team where we go and do escape rooms, and we're pretty good at them. There's only one that we've like officially not escaped from out of like, I don't even know how many we've done at this point, so we'll see. I'm pretty sure I could get out of this escape room, you know, I don't know. I've not seen the movie yet. I don't know why I'm talking shit. Next on this list is The Prodigy, which is supposed to come out on February 8th. And it follows a mother concerned about her young son's disturbing behavior and thinks something supernatural may be affecting him. The cover looks really cool. I mean, it looks creepy. I don't know. I'm kind of excited for it. Like, anything that's not a sequel, like I'm automatically excited for, and I know there are sequels on this list that I am anticipating and I am excited for, but I get way more excited about the the standalones. Like, speaking of sequels, the next one on this list is 3 from Hell, which doesn't have an actual release date yet, specific date, it's just 2019, and the summary on IMDb simply reads, sequel to The Devil's Rejects. Well, I'll get to it. I'll summarize this list. I know it's going to be a long ass video. I'll summarize the list at the end, but I love House of a Thousand Corpses. I love The Devil's Rejects. I'm a big fan of Rob Zombies, so it's like I'm excited about this, but trying not to let the hype get too real because, you know, I don't want to, I don't want to be let down. Next on the list is The Gallows Act 2, which on IMDb says it's coming out May 31st in Sweden. So who knows if we'll actually get it in 2019 here in the States. We'll see. Not that I'm really excited for it. The summary reads, when Anna Rue transfers to a prestigious new acting school, she encounters a malevolent spirit after participating in a viral challenge. Great, so the gallows is getting meta. I remember when the first movie came out, everyone was doing the Charlie thing, and now it's like we're getting meta here. Eye roll. Next on the list is 47 Meters Down Uncaged. It's supposed to come out on June 28th and will follow 5 backpackers diving in a ruined underwater city who quickly learn they are not alone in the submerged caves. I will just say I'm kind of disappointed in the choice of title. I was hoping for 48 Meters Down. Then next, we're getting another superhero themed horror movie, Brightburn, which is supposed to come out on May 24th. And the summary reads, what if a child from another world crash landed on Earth, but instead of becoming a hero to mankind, he proved to be something far more sinister. I almost said sinister, I don't know what that means. I've heard some people on the interwebs describing this as like Superman, but if Superman were evil, which I'm kind of into, and it has Elizabeth Banks in it, which again, I'm into. I know it was in the news because of the whole James Gunn thing, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't follow superhero movies, so I don't know the ins and outs of the James Gunn thing. So I'm not gonna speak on that, but it looks cool. I haven't watched the trailer yet, but I don't know. It sounds really cool. I'm kind of into it. Next on the list is untitled Annabelle film. It's untitled, but it's apparently coming to theaters July 3rd. The summary simply reads, third film in the Annabelle franchise. There's no telling, I think at the end of the first Annabelle, it gets put in the Warrens' home. So that's gotta be the last one, unless they better not feed us some bullshit like she breaks out of the cage or something, or the case, whatever. So I imagine it's gotta be in between Creation and Annabelle 1. God, this timeline is already getting Next on the list, Zombieland 2. Supposed to be coming out October 11th. Does have a summary. It says Columbus, Tallahassee, Wichita, and Little Rock move to the American heartland as they face off against evolved zombies, fellow survivors, and the growing pains of the snarky makeshift family. Don't know. I think I remember seeing the same guy who directed the first Zombieland is supposed to be directing this, and it says Emma Stone and Abigail Breslin are on. I don't know who else. I don't know if Jesse Eisenberg, is that his last name? And Woody Harrelson are also signed on. I'm not gonna be convinced unless all 4 of them are gonna be in the movie and the same director is directing. Then I'll think about it. Next is Jacob's Ladder, which I looked it up just to see. It is apparently a remake of the original film with the same name. I have not seen the original Jacob's Ladder. The summary reads, after returning home from the Vietnam War, veteran Jacob Singer struggles to maintain his sanity. Plagued by hallucinations and flashbacks, Singer rapidly falls apart as the world and people around him morph and twist into disturbing images. A remake of the 1990 thriller starring Tim Robbins. But it is apparently coming out February 1st, so I guess I should get on seeing that original one. Okay. I have no thoughts on it because I haven't seen the original. Next on the list is The Turning, which just has a 2019 release date. It doesn't have a specific date, but it is supposed to be another adaptation of The Turning of the Screw, which was also adapted into The Innocents, which I did review on this channel not too long ago. I will say the one thing that has me excited about this is Finn Wolfhard is in it. He is becoming a little superstar, man. Like, that sounded so condescending. I did not mean to make it sound that way. But I love seeing him in movies and in TV shows, so. Next on this list is a Netflix release. It's called Eli. Doesn't have a specific date, but is supposed to be coming out in 2019. And the summary reads, a boy receiving treatment for his autoimmune disorder discovers that the house he's living in isn't as safe as he thought. Which kind of sounds like sounds like The Haunting in Connecticut, no, not of Connecticut. The Haunting of the entire state of Connecticut. It sounds like A Haunting in Connecticut is what it sounds like. Next one on the list is You Should Have Left. There are some of these which the next like 2 or 3, I think, don't actually say 2019, but they're on this list and they're on like Google, so I don't know. I guess maybe because like on the full list on the website, it does show what their status is on there, like filming, pre-production, post-production, whatever. Pretty much all of these are either filming or post-production, I think, with the exception of 1 or 2, and completed, obviously. Anyways, You Should Have Left. Arnie is going to follow a screenwriter who travels to a remote house in the Alps with his family so that he can write the sequel to his big hit film, but he begins to regret his decision after suffering from a severe case of writer's block. Again, kind of sounds like The Shining a little bit. But according to IMDb, it's supposed to have Amanda Seyfried and Kevin Bacon in it, so I mean, you've got my attention. This one also doesn't actually say 2019 on it, but it's on this list, so we're going to talk about it. It's called Ma. M-A. The summary says, in this new psychological horror thriller from Tate Taylor and Blumhouse, I like Blumhouse, I don't know why I made that face. I have a love-hate relationship with Blumhouse, let's be honest. A lonely woman befriends a group of teenagers and decides to let them party at her house. Sounds like a great idea. Just when the kids think their luck couldn't get any better, things start happening that make them question the intention of their host. It has Juliette Lewis as the first person here on the cast list, and Luke Evans. So once again, you have my attention. This one doesn't have a specific date, just says 2019, but I needed to have a specific date soon because it's directed by Robert Eggers, and I'm excited about this one. The Lighthouse just says the story of an aging lighthouse keeper named Old, who lives in early 20th century Maine. You will remember Robert Eggers, who directed The Witch, and I love The Witch, so I'm excited about this movie. Also, apparently, it's supposed to have Willem Dafoe in it, which again, excited about. It also says Robert Pattinson, not so much excited about, but you know, whatever. Next one on the list is Crawl. Again, doesn't have a specific date, just says 2019. I think this is the one that is supposed to be directed by Alexander Aja, how do you say his last name? And is gonna supposedly follow a young woman while attempting to save her father during a Category 5 hurricane, finds herself trapped in a flooding house and must fight for her life against alligators. Hurricane, alligators, I really hope this takes place in Florida. There are other places where alligators live, but come on, we're kind of famous for hurricanes and alligators, right? I don't know what Florida is famous for. Crazy people. I really hope this takes place in Florida. I don't know why. It also lists Kaya Scodelario in the cast list, who I really like, so kind of excited about it. I'll be more excited if I find out it's set in Florida. I don't know why I'm so set on it being set in Florida. Just had to stop recording and restart because my camera only records for like 24 minutes at a time. This is gonna be a long ass video. I'm trying to go quickly. I don't know why I decided to do this. I'm regretting everything. Next one on the list is Wounds, which is supposed to come out March 29th. And the summary reads, disturbing and mysterious things begin to happen to a bartender in New Orleans after he picks up a phone left behind at his bar. It's got Armie Hammer, Dakota Johnson, and Zazie Beetz in it, so you've got my attention. Next one, the other one I'm really excited about, and this one doesn't have a specific date. Oh, it does, never mind, I lied. August 9th. It's called Midsommar. The way it's spelled, I don't know, I've never seen Midsummer spelled like this before, but I kind of also hope it's very pagan. I don't know, it just gives me that vibe. I don't know, I just have a feeling. Supposed to be following a young woman who reluctantly joins her boyfriend on a summer trip where things go awry. Ari Aster is directing it, so hopefully more info comes out about it soon. I feel like after Hereditary, pretty much everyone will watch anything that Ari Aster puts out. This next one doesn't even say 2019 on it either, but is on the list. It's called Antlers, and follows a small town Oregon teacher and her brother, the local sheriff, who become entwined with a young student harboring a dangerous secret with frightening consequences. It's called Antlers, so I hope it has something to do with like an evil reindeer or something. That's probably not at all what it is. The summary sounds way better than what I just made it out to be, so let's hope it. So we'll see. Next one is The Boy 2. Again, doesn't say 2019 on it even, but is on this list, which sounds like a sequel to The Boy. Summary says, after a family moves into the Heelshire mansion, their young son soon makes friends with a lifelike doll called Brahms. Don't care. Next one is supposed to be a Netflix release coming out on February 1st called Velvet Buzzsaw. It says big money artists and mega collectors pay a high price when art collides with commerce. I don't know, I think horror is kind of like the second or third genre listed on IMDb. It has Jake Gyllenhaal and John Malkovich in it. I don't know why I said that like that would somehow make it not horror. Just the summary doesn't sound like horror movies. It doesn't matter who's in it. I don't know. The summary doesn't sound very convincing. I'm not excited about that one. Next one is apparently coming out January 27th and is called Relive. Summary says, after a man's family dies in what appears to be a murder, he gets a phone call from one of the dead, his niece. He's not sure if she's a ghost or if he's going mad, but as it turns out, he's not. I don't know why that was funny. I feel like they should have stopped at he's not sure if she's a ghost or if he's going mad. But no, the summary just tells you like, it turns out he's not. Spoiler alert, he's not mad, you guys. She's a ghost. Okay, so this next one doesn't have a specific date, but just says 2019 and is called In the Tall Grass, which is supposed to be adapted from a book by Joe Hill and Stephen King, which I've not actually heard of this, and I don't know. I mean, it's both Stephen King and his son, but I don't know. The summary says, brother and sister are driving through Kansas during their road trip. Suddenly they hear calls for help coming. They stop to investigate and get lost in a field of tall grass. Very simple premise, but sometimes the simplest premises are the scariest ones. And it's got Patrick Wilson in it, so I'm listening. This next one is called Sweetheart, and we're supposed to be getting this one on January 28th. The summary reads, Jen has washed ashore a small tropical island, and it doesn't take her long to realize she's completely alone. She must spend her days not only surviving the elements, but must also fend off the malevolent force that comes out each night. So she's not alone then. Come on. Next one is coming out on August 9th, and I think most people know about this one too. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I know a lot of people are talking about it because Guillermo del Toro is producing it. It apparently is going to follow a group of kids who face their fears in order to save their town. So I'm assuming what they're going to do is kind of like adapt the stories into, it's like, I read like a more detailed summary somewhere else that says like, it's like a series of bizarre murders in their town. So I imagine it's going to kind of coincide with the stories in that way, because it is supposed to be related to the book series by Alvin Schwartz, which I'm sure a lot of you guys read as children and remember those terrifying images. I still have my books, and I reread the stories like now as an adult, and the stories are really not that scary, but the images are still frightening. This is some random ass one that apparently is coming out January 8th. It's called The Car Road to Revenge. Literally has no summary. Here has no picture. Apparently only stars one person, J.G. Externkamp. No idea. Next one, called The Silence, just says it's coming out in 2019 in Germany, so I don't know if we're even gonna get it in 2019, but the summary says that this is the story of a family struggling to survive in a world terrorized by a deadly primeval species who have bred for decades in the pitch darkness of a vast underground cave system, hunting only with their acute hearing. As the family seeks refuge in a remote haven where they can wait out the invasion, they start to wonder what kind of world will remain when they're ready to emerge. Sounds a little derivative. But it's got Kiernan Shipka and Stanley Tucci in it, so I mean, I'll pay attention. Not fully listening though. Last one on the list. We did it. This video is only going to be 45 minutes long. It's called Little Monsters. And apparently it will follow a washed up musician who teams up with a teacher and a kids show personality to protect young children from a sudden outbreak of zombies. One just says it's coming out 2019 in Australia. no telling if it's gonna be in the US in 2019 either, but it stars Lupita Nyong'o, which I love how she's also gonna be in Us. So like she's gonna be in 2 horror movies this year. I don't think she's ever done a horror movie. Moving on to 2 horror movies in a year, like, all right, girl, I'm paying attention. All right, so I know this video is already super long, but I did kind of divide up my thoughts generally on these lists. So most anticipated, the ones I'm most anticipating: Cemetery, Us, The Curse of La Llorona, Midsommar, and The Lighthouse, if they actually happen, like solely because Ari Aster and Robert Eggers are directing those respectively. Also really excited for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark because I grew up reading those books, and of course I'm excited for It Chapter 2. It Chapter 2 is the only sequel I'm excited for. The ones I'm apprehensive about are Happy Death Day to You, Grudge, and Three from Hell. Happy Death Day to You because I actually really liked the movie. I know maybe not everybody else did, but I really liked the movie. I liked the character of Tree, and I was kind of disappointed to see that the sequel has her repeating the same day from the first movie again. So I'm apprehensive to see how they explain that away. Because I feel like, I don't know, I'm not convinced. Obviously they're not going to give it away in the trailer, but it better be a damn good explanation is all I'm saying. So I'm apprehensive about that one. It could go south real fast. Same thing with Grudge. I love the original one. I love the remake. It scared the bejesus out of me. So I'm just apprehensive because I love the movie, so you know. Same thing with Three from Hell, like I already talked about. I love House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects. I'm just apprehensive, especially the first thing everybody said too when they found out about this is like, didn't they all die at the end of The Devil's Rejects? So again, apprehensive to hear how he explains it. And since that's gonna pretty much be opening the movie, that could like make or break the film. I feel like his explanation as to how they come back or what actually happens. The ones I couldn't care less about, obviously there are just some on here that just like, you know, the ones that I don't even have an official date, like that just say 2019. Obviously I'm not going to get really excited about them because I don't know if we're going to see them this year. Ones that I'm pretty sure we're going to get this year and I'm not excited about: Child's Play, 47 Meters Down, The Gallows, and Zombieland 2. Pretty much all those sequels. I don't care about them. I've never really been that big of a fan of the Child's Play franchise. Don't crucify me. I didn't grow up watching it, so I'm not that scared of dolls. So I know it's well loved, and I do have like, I love, like, my favorite one is Bride of Chucky. I do really enjoy that one. I'm just not a huge fan of the franchise, just like Halloween, where I love I love the ones that I love, and then but the franchise as a whole I'm just like 47 Meters Down, I just The Gallows Act 2, I don't like the first one. So, in Zombieland 2, I love the first one. Again, it depends. I could put it in the apprehensive category, but yeah, it seems a bit random like now to do a sequel to that, you know what I mean? Anyways, yeah, so this video is long enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Let me know what you're most excited about for 2019 horror in the comment section, and let me know which one that you just like don't want to happen. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a Creepy Peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday, and you can ring that notification bell down there to be notified every time I post a video, even though it doesn't always work. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye!